Okay, okay. I think we are live. What's up, everybody? Y'all know what it is. This
Tosh TV.
is Taj TV. This episode, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole again. You see, I've said this before. This isn't a black show or a white show. Damn it, this is Taj TV, and we're gonna do what I want to do, not what's trending. I could talk about 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs beating on each other. They're just old niggas. Those are the old blacks of hip hop, living in their glory days still. I don't give a fuck about none of that. But we are going to talk about this new variant. I'm going to talk about Joel Osteen having money in the walls. We're going to talk about Africa turning against Joe Biden. How do the blacks feel about that? I'm also going to talk about forced vaccines. Jim Cramer said some scary shit. I will play the video to that. The parents of Michigan being charged for their son shooting up a school, killing multiple people, injuring multiple people. We're going to talk about all that. But first, we are going to play my boy Fuelo. And this song is called Mashin'. Let's go.
Clocked in. Nigga going to work. Yeah. No breaks. I don't want to hear none of that other shit. Yeah. My nigga, I'm mashing. Whoa. My nigga, I'm mashing. My nigga, I'm mashing. Whoa. My nigga, I'm mashing. Yeah. Whoa. Here's another fact about a nigga like me. I don't lose no sleep over he said and she said they say about me. You niggas miserable with no cheese. I still hop out with a Steve's name, still ringing bells, real life, no sleep. I'm still rolling up some bomb weed, still a boss ass nigga, future millionaire. Gee, I used to run the ball like Iverson. Till a hustle started sliding in. Soon as a low life nigga start chiming in. Like here we go with all these fabricated lies again. I came up out the projects. Hoop rap gang bang is the options. Some homies went out in their coffins. So why niggas think I'ma stop keeping this real shit? My nigga, I'm mashing. Whoa. My nigga, I'm mashing. Mashing. My nigga, I'm mashing. Yeah. Whoa. My nigga, I'm mashing. Mashing. Whoa. This ain't nothing but that authentic. She be caught up inside my vibe, play my music and get lost in it. Stay in motion and just talk in it. A fine line between the grinder and the mother niggas watching it. Call it cocky, but it's confidence. But why wouldn't I say I'm best at what I do when I'm popping shit? Full of game and that's off the rip. At the table talking plays on some mobster shit. Yeah, you think you know but ain't got no clue. The only thing I learned from you simple niggas is what not to do. Feel like a king when I'm walking through. I know situations change, ain't no need to get uncomfortable. Niggas push to find a way out, but in order to come up, you gotta stay down. We ain't traveling on the same route. I'm trying to have it where it's hard for me to take count. Mashing. Whoa. My nigga, I'm mashing. Mashing. My nigga, I'm mashing. Yeah. Whoa. My nigga, I'm mashing. Mashing. Yeah. Fully activated. You running.
All right, that was Fuelo, Mashin'. Subscribe to his channel. Cop all his songs on all platforms. But let's get into it. Joel Osteen finding thieves found, what was it, $600,000 in the walls of the church. How did these thieves know the money was there? If you ask me, it's an inside job. These are people that he probably trusted. Your local gang, your local criminal that has to do the dirty work. You see, every honest industry works with the black hand. The black hand being the crime syndicates of whatever city, whatever town they're in. Joel Osteen is nothing special. He's going to conform to the normality of life. He needs that element. Who else do you think kept in 2004 during Hurricane Katrina, or 2005, whenever the fuck that was? Who do you think kept those people out of his church? Remember, he didn't shelter anyone in that mega church that holds 40, 30,000 fucking people. No. He's better than that. So on the screen, we're going to play the video of the story, and let's roll with it. Fuck it.
We're praying for you.
The inspirational messages pack his Houston church with thousands. But this morning, Pastor Joel Osteen in the spotlight with a money mystery.
But I mean, it was just like unbelievable, the things he was telling us that they found in the wall.
During his morning radio show, host George Lindsay took a call from a man who identified himself as a plumber who recently worked inside Osteen's Lakewood Church. The station, 100.3 in Houston, asked callers to chime in about interesting discoveries.
There was a loose toilet in the wall, and we removed the tile. Well, they removed the tile. Went to go remove the toilet, and I moved some insulation away, and about 500 envelopes fell out of the wall.
Envelopes full of
500 envelopes filled with cash in the freaking walls of this megachurch. Unaccounted for. Now, the separation of church and state, churches don't pay taxes. So I wonder where this money came from. Why was he hiding the money?
cash checks and money orders.
I went ahead and contacted the maintenance supervisor that was there, and I went ahead and turned it all in.
The church confirmed the find in a statement, writing, "An undisclosed amount of cash and checks were found," adding they notified police, but Lakewood has no further comment at this time.
Praise Jesus. They found the money. Praise Him. That's what's coming next. That's what's coming next.
Houston police wouldn't share how much was recovered, but did state Friday evidence from the recovered checks suggests this November case is connected to a March 9th, 2014 theft report of undisclosed amounts of money at the church. That money disappeared from...
This is the inside job that I hinted at. There was a case years ago about missing money. Theft. This motherfucker is stealing from his own church. Oh my gosh. How is this not infuriating to the religious people of the world? How has the Pope not condemned this man or this church of their actions? Deceitfulness, gluttony, all of the aboves. These guys are sinners and they're leading religious institutions.
From a church safe. And while police launched an investigation, no arrests were ever made. With regular services planned for Sunday, police documented the evidence and left it with Lakewood staff.
Look how big that church is. And this guy didn't want to house anybody during the hurricane. Or what Hurricane Katrina was it? It might have been that hurricane a couple years back that hit Houston. The one that Trey the Truth and all those rappers were helping with. Killer Mike and all of them.
But call the case an active investigation. Now, there was a push to get that plumber some reward money after that incredible find, but Crime Stopper says that the expiration for the tips had already passed, and that if you are to hand over a tip, it must lead to an arrest. And as of right now, Peter Kristen, no arrests, no suspects named. Send it back to you.
Unbelievable. Morgan Chesky, thank you.
What they really want to say is this guy's stealing from his own fucking church. This is what's sad. This is really what's sad. Joel Osteen's net worth. Look at that grin right there. I'd be smiling ear to ear too. If I'm worth $100 million, how does he get that money? How has he made that money? It's a lot of envelopes hidden. That's how he's made that fucking money. And since the separation of church and state, where the state doesn't have to account for the finances that churches get with donations, he can hide all the money he wants. But doesn't the Bible have Bible verses over false prophets? Because right now I'm feeling like Joel Osteen is a false prophet. Let's go to it. 2 Corinthians 11, 13 through 15. For such men who are false prophets, deceitful workmen, disguising themselves as apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for even Satan disguised himself as an angel of light. So it is no surprise if his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness. Their end will correspond to their deeds. Oh, this is all online. I'm not a religious guy. I'm very spiritual, but not religious. Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves, I should say. Matthew 24:24. For false Christs and false prophets will arise and perform great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the elect. This is where state comes in again. There's no arrest made because they're all in on it. The crooks are all in. The politicians, the PD, the religious leaders of the area, the crooks, they're all in on it. Peter 2:1. But false prophets also arose among the people, just as there will be false teachers among you, who will secretly bring in destructive heresies, even denying the master who bought them, bringing upon themselves swift destruction. I can go on and on and on. See, the Bible talked about false prophets quite a lot. And it's sad. It's sad that we're still living in a day where false prophets are worth $100 million fucking dollars. It's unbelievable that people can see this, hear about this, and still not give a fuck. I'll tell you this, I won't be going to no Joel Osteen sermons. No, not me. Not me. Fool me once. All right, on the screen, Michigan, our parents of Michigan shooting suspect charged.
As we come on the air tonight, an intense search is underway for two parents now facing criminal charges.
I believe they found them, by the way.
Connected to that deadly school shooting this week in Oxford, Michigan. Their 15-year-old son is accused of using a pistol purchased just a week ago as an early Christmas present to kill 4 students and injure 7 other people, including a teacher.
These parents bought their child an illegal firearm. Let's be real. Yeah, it was legal when they bought it, but as soon as they gave it to him or said it's going to be a gift to him, it's illegal. This guy's in high school. He can have a rifle at 18, but he can't fucking have no pistol.
2 students are still in the hospital. A prosecutor today charged Jennifer and James Crumbly with involuntary manslaughter for allegedly failing to prevent the attack by not meeting their responsibilities as gun owners. The University of Michigan will honor the victims this weekend. The Wolverines football team will wear a tribute patch at their Big Ten championship game tomorrow. It includes an O for Oxford, the initials TM for Tate Meyer, a varsity football player who was killed. There's a lot to get to, and CBS's Nancy Chen is in Pontiac to lead off our coverage. Good evening, Nancy.
By the way, Michigan's a horrible state. I'm just saying. The destruction of the citizens and the government there. Michigan's one of the most corrupt states ever. ever. Pennsylvania, Michigan, New York, California now. These fucking states are horrible.
Margaret, good evening to you. An attorney for Jennifer and James Crumbley says they are not missing, but simply left town after Tuesday's shooting and plan to turn themselves in. But that hasn't happened yet, and now U.S. Marshals have joined the manhunt.
An unexpected scramble late this afternoon as law.
That's their kid. He looks like a psychopath, by the way. No, they didn't just leave town. They left town with a meaning. They got tipped off. You see, a lot of gun owners, we're together in this. Should they have been charged? To a lot of gun owners, no. They didn't pull the trigger. But I feel, as a gun owner myself, oh yes, I own the steel. I feel, let me finish the video and I'll tell you how I feel.
Law enforcement searched for the parents of Ethan Crumbley. James and Jennifer Crumbley each face 4 felony counts of involuntary manslaughter in connection to the deadly rampage at Oxford High School, an attack in which their son is accused of killing 4 students and injuring 7 others on Tuesday.
There were a lot of things that could have been so simple to prevent.
Today, Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald revealed new details leading up to the shooting. On Friday, November 26, James Crumbley brought his son with him to buy the gun. In a post online, his mom called it a Christmas present for her son. Just a day before the shooting, a teacher reported Crumbley to school authorities after seeing him search ammunition on his phone. School officials reached out to Crumbley's parents but received no answer. However, phone records show Jennifer Crumbley sent her son a text that read, "LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught."
Yeah, you too. And now you're doing time. Now you're going to do time. They're going to make a fucking example out of you. You and your husband. Fucking idiots. Idiots. You're doing all this by text messaging? Rest in peace to those kids. This deranged fucking psychopath decided to take out. His parents should be held accountable because they knew all about it. Fuck, they bought the fucking gun. Not for themselves, but for a child. They should be held accountable. I'm not mad at this. With everything I said about Michigan being a shitty fucking state, and it is, I'm not mad that Michigan is prosecuting the parents. They should. You're telling your child not to get caught? Bitch, you should be telling them you fucked up. What the fuck are you doing? You're at school to learn. You're not at school to look up ammunition, guns. You're there to fucking learn, socialize. Fucking weirdos. And a lot of you out there, you're going to think this shit is cute. Oh, the parents shouldn't be... Bullshit. They should be charged just like him. Their money caused deaths. Their actions caused deaths. It's not fucking rocket science.
The morning of the shooting, Crumbley's teacher found a disturbing drawing on his desk.
In another section of the note was a drawing of a bullet with the following words above that bullet, quote, "blood everywhere." Further down the drawing are the words, quote, "my life is useless," end quote. And to the right of that are the words, quote, "the world is dead."
Crumbley's parents were called to the school, but refused to take him home, and he went back to class. Shortly after, when they heard about the rampage, his mother frantically texted the teen, "Ethan, don't do it."
What level of responsibility do you expect from parents in a situation like this?
I expect parents and everyone to have humanity and to step in. And
yada, yada, yada. You expect parents to be fucking smart about their shit. This is a fucking child. Don't buy him a fucking gun. He's a child. Game tease. Those parents are so dead. Yes. Yes, they are. Don't buy your fucking 18, 16, 17-year-old kid a fucking pistol. And don't tell him not to get caught doing something he shouldn't be doing. See, this is the fucking problem with America. We've become so fucking soft. You see, people like to complain, oh, the right to bear arms. This is why we need to abolish that, yada, yada, yada. No, you need to abolish punishing parents for whooping their kids' ass. This is what you need to abolish. Once the fucking government intervened in parenting, shit got chaotic. You see, you teachers, you look at the parents and you say, you guys need to fix this at home. Or you're quick to ask the kid, hey, what's going on at home? Nothing, because you won't allow us to do shit. This kid should have got his ass whipped. But Rittenhouse should have had the gun? 17. It was a rifle. It was a rifle. Now, should he have been charged with being a 17-year-old having a fucking rifle? Of course. Or he was charged, but he should have been convicted of the shit. I thought the whole time he was going to get convicted of that charge. I knew he wasn't going to get convicted of murder. They were whooping his ass. It's on video. But yes, he should have got convicted of being a minor in possession of a rifle. And I don't give a fuck if it was just 1 year. You see, we're not punishing these fucking kids. Rittenhouse should have got a punishment, just like this kid got a fucking punishment. It baffles me. It baffles me. I agree. Parents need to be able to discipline their kids. Yes. As soon as the state jumped into parents' parental rights, that's when these kids started acting out. This is why juvenile imprisonment is up at all-time highs. This is why graduations are down. Telling you, man. The government always thinks they're doing something right, when in all actuality, they're fucking us up. But Jim Cramer, let's go on to the next topic. Jim Cramer said some scary shit on his show. I didn't like it. Let me reload it so we can get to it. Talking about forced vaccinations. We live in America. The little ounce of freedom we possess, we want. I don't want the military giving me fucking vaccines. If I don't want it, I don't fucking want it. What's the problem with that? What's the problem with having my own individualism, my own freedom of choice? See, this new world that they're pushing us all in, and they're pushing us there, whether we like it or not, this new world is one of control. I explained this shit on Tuesday on how all these billionaires are quitting all these companies that they built and starting some shit of some companies that have more control over daily lives. Fucking Mark Zuckerberg with this fucking, and I thought about this some more. Mark Zuckerberg with this whole meta fucking verse. This guy wants to be God. I was watching more trailers of the metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg wants to be God. He wants people to talk about him like they talk about God. And then we got guys like Jim Cramer, who's a fucking financial advisor, talking about the betterment of my health, of your health. He should be worrying about him and his fucking family, not all of us. Now, I'm going to play you the video why I was so fucking nerve-rattled, terrified. I'm still scared. I'm fucking terrified right now.
Lord knows what happened if you didn't partake. But back then, anyone who refused to get vaccinated would get ratted out immediately because we knew that person could hurt other people. The Commonwealth. Now we're engaged in a similar struggle with COVID, and Eisenhower would be aghast. We have immunocompromised who are incubators for every walking around lawfully unvaccinated. That's psychotic. We have companies that have tried hard to get people vaccinated and now backing down. We have governors who want to be president by grandstanding on a foolish states' right issue, the right to get sick and get other people sick. So it's time to admit that we have to go to war against COVID. Require vaccination universally. Have the military run it. If you don't want to get vaccinated, you better be ready to prove your conscientious objector status in court. And even then, you need to help in the war effort by staying home until we finally beat this thing.
He just talked about going to war with this vaccine or with this fucking COVID. What he's talking about is going to war with the unvaccinated. That shit's scary. That's terrifying. I was terrified when I heard him say that. Or they allowed him to say that on national television. And then you have from Republicans, finally. And you got pussies like Mitch McConnell, and he's a big fucking pussy. You got him talking about, there's a good chance the courts or the Senate will block vax mandates, not the shutdown. The shutdown was the fucking leverage. What the fuck are you talking about? Let's hear this pussy, this piece of shit. Let's hear him speak.
Joining us now for an exclusive interview is Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Wonderful to have you. One of the issues that the members of Congress on both sides of the House and the Senate, they say that the number one office over the past couple of months has been about vaccine mandates. They don't want them. So they're urging you to try to figure out a way to strip out that funding for vaccine mandates or make them strip out vaccine mandates so that this government can continue to run. Here's a House Freedom Caucus letter to you. We therefore write to request that you use all procedural tools at your disposal to deny timely passage of the continuing resolution unless it prohibits funding in all respects for the vaccine mandates and enforcement thereof. This is all happening as we are on the clock to see if the government will continue to be funded. What do you think happens today? Will those vax mandates stay in the bill?
Well, I think there's good news. Multiple courts have pushed the pause button on these government vaccine mandates. There's a decent chance the courts will strike them down.
There's a decent chance. The Republican Party is led by fucking weak leaders, and I've said this before. The Democrats are just fucking stupid, but the Republicans are fucking weak. You see, they have formed the elitist mind state, the state of mind of an elitist. We put them in office to serve us. They're the voice of us. But when they get in office, they develop their individualism. That's the wrong place to develop that, because you're in there for us and our concerns. As they noted at the beginning of this, writing, the Freedom Caucus writing Mitch McConnell, telling him the concerns of the citizens, his citizens. But none of that matters to these elitists.
Secondly, next week, we're going to have a vote on the vaccine mandate prohibiting that regulation from going into effect. I think it has a decent chance of passing the Senate. I don't think shutting down the government over this issue is going to get an outcome.
No, what Dirty Mitch McConnell is saying, he wants to be paid. You understand? You see, he can shut down the country for you, so you don't get paid, so your business goes out of business. But for him, no, he wants to get paid. This monkey show has to continue. Mitch McConnell is what's wrong with America. I loved what Elon Musk said. I think he said it today or last night. He said that people over 70 shouldn't run for office. I fucking agree. Because you get senile old fucks like McConnell, who's been in office 30 fucking years, who's done very little for the people that put him in power. This is what America has turned into. Our founding fathers, the rapists, the murderers that they were, the colonizers that they were, they would be over here cutting off heads. The way these politicians nowadays work America. They do not care about the people that elect them in office. And this just isn't McConnell. This is all those fuckers. All of them. The whole political structure. It makes you think about civil unrest a little bit more whenever you see shit like this. Now, Mitch McConnell knows that the Republicans don't own the majority in the House or the Senate. He knows that. If they want it, if the Democrats really fucking want it, they could pass this shit with ease. As treasonous as it would be. But for Mitch McConnell not even to put up a fucking fight and Republicans allowed their leader to do this, that tells me a lot about these motherfuckers, dude. They're not to be trusted. James says, Trumpalitions are what is wrong with this country, in my opinion. No, they all are. Even Democrats. They all are. They're all fucking ugly people. Anti-Muslim statements, anti-Semitic, etc. That is what they are doing. Sorry to say. Green, Gates, Bobbitt, they need to go. All of them need to go. Republicans and Democrats. We should not have a party system. It should be straight independence. That's what's wrong with this country. Is this two-party system? The right, the left, the green, the red, da-da-da-da-da-da. That's what's fucking wrong with this. We need independence in office. No one should succumb to just one way of thinking. There isn't just one way to be right. More than not, you're going to be wrong if you're thinking with tunnel vision or if you're seeing with tunnel vision. And that's what our politicians see. They all are fucked up. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. I mean, you labeled off Republicans, label off those Democrats. You talk about anti-Semitic views. Omar, whatever the fuck her last name is, she's the biggest one. She's a Democrat. They all need to go. The system needs to conform itself. This is what's wrong with America. Civil unrest is happening, and it's going to happen, and it's going to tear everything down for this new world to be built. And it has me thinking, should we allow it to happen? As citizens of the world, not just this nation, but of the world, should we be more accepting of the New World Order? Should we be more accepting of it? Oh, lobbyists are the worst, aren't they? They're the fucking worst. Now, they're just off company or self-interest. Yes, that's what I agree with, bro. That's what I love. No parties, no lobbyists. Get them all the fuck out of here. But even with McConnell's failures, we have Europe wilding the fuck out over there. I'm going to show you video of civil unrest over vaccine mandates and big governments telling their people what they can and can't do. This is the New York Post. Hopefully this shit loads up fast enough. It's fucking taking all day. This is the New York Post. I think the New York Post is fairly conservative in their views. I believe they are. I mean, I could be wrong. Violent protests have broken out against COVID-19 vaccine mandates and lockdowns across Europe amid new tough rules to curb winter waves of the virus. Demonstrators angry about the new measures gathered in Austria, Croatia, Italy, Northern Ireland, the French territory of Guadeloupe, and the Netherlands to protest the moves. See, this isn't just an American issue. This is a world issue. People, the little freedoms that we have, the little fucking freedoms we have are being taken away, stripped away from us, stripped away. And it's making society upset. The people that are the grease to this machine, the oil, I should say. So let's look at some video across Europe and the civil unrest that is occurring right now. Is this what needs to happen? I asked the question, is this what needs to happen? Is civil unrest warranted in today's time? Civil unrest. It's happening. Let's go to some more video footage. This is what civil unrest looks like. This, that, wherever the fuck it's at, that's what it looks like. It's not just in America. People think Americans are just so selfish. No. America represented the beacon of freedom. Even though we all know who live over here, freedom is very thinned over here. But you have some countries that they can't do what we do. They just can't do what we fucking do in America. We were the last little hope. Our immigrants that come here for that little bit of freedom. So it's not just an American problem. This is a world problem. If you're willing to take away America's freedom, what the fuck's going to happen over here? Destruction must happen in order to rebuild this new world. You see, the whole conspiracy of a new world order, it's not a conspiracy anymore. This is facts. This is what I believe has to happen in order for the new world to be built. I used to be against it. I used to be against destruction. Now I don't know. I don't know if this is the route we're supposed to go. And when I say we, I mean society. If you truly want freedom, are you to destroy the old to bring in the new? Now, the new, that all depends on who wins. The winners write the story. So over there in Africa, African presidents say that Joe Biden has slapped him in the face for issuing his travel ban. The president of Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire, I butchered that, joined South African President Cyril Ramaphosa for engagements on Wednesday and Thursday in solidarity following the imposition of a travel ban on the country by President Joe Biden and leaders of European and Middle Eastern states this week. Several countries issued travel bans in response to the discovery of the new, it calls it the Chinese virus, dubbed Omicron. Fuck all that. These black people over here in Africa said they're tired of the white people. I'm not gonna go there. The South African countries are tired of the bullshit. I've been saying this for months, that Africa is the new beacon. Africa is what's going to bring out a lot of this new world order. A lot of nations that we don't hear about, we're going to start hearing more about. And that's in Africa. But they feel like America and Europe and the Middle East are slapping them in the face because they preach nothing but good things about these people. Shit, they trashed Donald Trump and to change the light that Joe Biden had. Black people out there, I want to know, the ones who voted for Joe Biden, how do you feel about him now? African countries are turning against him. Blacks from the motherland are turning against him. They see the real Joe Biden. I mean, I've warned you, but you guys don't listen to me. Matter of fact, all you did was talk about me negatively because you guys know everything. That's why a lot of you guys are in the shit positions you're in now, because you look for these people for help when they're not here to help you. Matter of fact, they're here to destroy you. They're here to keep the pressure on your neck. They're here to make sure your life is as mediocre as it can be. But, you know, I'm just TaijhTV, you know. I don't know shit, I guess. Got black countries. They're also rioting and all that shit.
What began as protests against coronavirus restrictions continue to snowball in France's overseas territories of Guadeloupe and Martinique. Vaccination requirements were just a match to the powder keg of long-standing tensions. Demonstrators are also speaking out against explosive inequality, poor public services, and perceived neglect from the French mainland. Ills some say only greater autonomy will cure.
Nous constatons, nous le peuple, et même les élus, que nous n'avons pas la main en Guadeloupe en termes de décision. Maintenant, il faudrait qu'il y ait une pédagogie pour le peuple guadeloupéen, le peuple lambda, le guadeloupéen lambda, pour qu'il puisse comprendre qu'est-ce que ça veut dire l'autonomie.
While the Overseas Territories Minister has expressed willingness to discuss greater autonomy, he insisted vaccination requirements for health workers will not be scrapped. And ahead of discussions with union delegates, Sébastien Lecornu rejected calls to free demonstrators detained for violence.
La main est tendue, néanmoins, ça reste une main de fermeté. J'accepterai de dialoguer avec ces personnes demain, je le dis.
I will accept dialogue with these people. That statement says it all. You're not the people who elected him in office. That's not what this elitist is thinking. No, you're these people. You're those people. Some people. This is what I'm talking about. This is the system that needs to burn. This whole idea of government is starting to really just leave a sour taste in my mouth. The thought that they really fucking care, you know, every 4 years, every 2 years, I care so much about you. Oh, I've been in office 30 fucking years and done nothing for you. That shit bugs me, yo. And I know it's bugging this generation. It just blows my mind. Shit blows my mind. What does this guy say? I don't think we as citizens can do anything of this. No, we can. We have the numbers. I'm never gonna say we can't. We got the numbers and they know it. New York Post is owned by Fox, so yeah, conservative. Better than ex-president tweeting. Oh, you were offended by Trump's tweeting. Not me. We will see next year. Everyone knows that new president benefits or suffers for a year after the old president. Just saying, give Biden another year. I'm not giving them shit. They all have the same agenda, him and Trump. They ain't no fucking different. You know, you're offended by Trump's tweeting. I'm offended by Joe Biden's dialogue. It's horrible. Fucking horrible. The guy fucking can't remember shit. Has to remind himself to salute Marines and all this. Come on. The whole political sphere is fucked. They all need to go. Trump included. They all need to fucking go. There has to be an age limit. There needs to be terms in Congress and in the Senate. They all got to go. The mass uprising needs to happen. I'm saying it. It needs to happen. They all got to go. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you, Game Tees, for being here the whole night. I appreciate you. I'll catch you guys Tuesday for Trashback Tuesday. Peace out and have a good night.